Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So we're here in Richmond, just trying to get set. We're gonna try to, whoops, always a bit of a challenge with some of these. There we go. To get those and not get that entry. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure we don't repeat the problem we had last time where we tried to start the engines with the cover on and then wonder why it's not working. So over here, there we go. Now we'll be all set. Alright, so I got really busy with enjoying Parcel Simulator, so unfortunately I'm rushing this flight out. So gonna be a little more curt than normal, but try to not make it too bad. But let's get the flight plan in here. While we're doing that, let me get my, whoops, just while it's loading, things are a little bit more jumpy. So I need clearance at 127.55. 12755. I'm gonna call in. Richmond clearance, Walker 4021, requesting IFR to Daytona.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Alright, so we are going, having the weird problem where things are...
System test.
Right.
Okay.
Walker 4021, cleared to Daytona Beach International Airport via the Kaylee 7 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet, expect 4,000 feet 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.4, EA squawk 4553. Walker 4021, cleared to Daytona Beach via the Kaylee 7 departure, then as
Cleared to Daytona Beach via the Kaylee 7 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure 126.4, squawk 2746. Expect runway 2. Alright, hopefully that's accurate. Somehow it gave us...
4021, read back correct.
Alright, so it is accurate. Alright. So we're good. Ground is 121.9. So we'll get that in there. This looks good. We're going to load it as the active flight plan. That should take care of it. Things have adjusted on the screen as we saw. So that's hopeful. Alright. So we know we're going to 4,000. Alright. That dialed in. We got our, whoops. We got our flight director. Whoops, we gotta get our APU going. Forgot about that. The battery's yelling at us. Oops, let me go up a little higher. VNav. Nav. We should be all set. So I am going to get the engine started. Got 7,200 pounds of fuel. So we're good there. Hello? Alright. Let's try that. And it's just always off a little bit. Why not? Oh, because I don't have run on. Hoi hoi. I don't like engines, clearly. I couldn't do this before last week. But anyway. Mature Simmer here. Welcome to Walker Air Transport as we get ready. So yeah, we did pull into Richmond and we had kind of this terminal with gates, but no, that Delta plane going through the jetway, it's like sawing a person in half with a magician or something. I guess the people just go through the jetway. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There were planes here. I'm wondering if somehow maybe with some sort of... Because I think we did have Sim Update 3 come through. Why is the start aborted now? What happened? Let's try it again. I mean, I don't have the covers on, I know that. So, I might have done it just before the APU began. And that might have been part of the problem, I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking, given that everything popped up, I think we're okay. Alright, we're 3005 on the altimeter. Alright, got our taxi lights on. Alright, we're all set there. We'll get left engine started. Richmond ground, Walker 4021, ready for taxi.
Walker 4021, Richmond International Airport ground, runway 2 taxi via Alpha, Golf Alpha.
Runway 2, taxi via Alpha, Golf Alpha, Walker 4021. Alright, so we are heading to Daytona, as I'm sure you figured out with everything that's been going on. So it's going to be the night race, Saturday night. So again, we're getting out of here Saturday morning. I'm trying to make it on time. We're not expecting any problems. We never do.
Romeo, hold short of taxiway Delta traffic on final. Holding short of taxiway Delta Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Clear to Baltimore Field at Lucille 6 departure, again as file, climb maintain 4,000. Expect 11,010 minute after departure. Departure 126.4, squawk 2414.
I'm not honestly sure why we're Alpha Golf Alpha.
Yep. Southwest 15480.
Southwest 5480, feedback correct.
Okay. So we're set. We will release parking brakes and we basically spin around. And we go from there. I don't know why it's Alpha Golf Alpha, is what I was going to get at, because golf is across. So it really shouldn't happen. Sorry, trying to get down where I can see, because I'm a little strong. There we go. But yeah, in theory, there's a terminal where we were. Sorry, coughing and sneezing today, so just having to keep muting the microphone. Hopefully, I'll successfully do it each time. Now, that building looks to be in the way. I don't like that. But that may be why it's an Alpha Golf Alpha. No, this is it. So this is where we get over the runway. So runway 2, as you can see. We're down. Alright, just making sure our tracking is working. It is. Alright, so we're good here. We need to be on with tower, which is 121.1. Alright. 121.1, not 9. 1211. Richmond Tower, Walker 4021, holding short runway 2, ready for takeoff.
Walker 4021, Richmond International Airport Tower, runway 2, winds calm. RNAV sugar cleared for takeoff.
Runway 2 cleared for takeoff. Walker 4021. Alright.
Over to departure 126.75 to 0578. Potomac departure 80578.
So, Austin Dillon was the winner of the race in Richmond.
Contact ground on 121.9er.
But, yeah, things are going along. Now, I want to get departure 126.4, so let's get that dialed in. 1264. Whoops. Was worried we were going to go a little too far. We did. But we're a tiny plane, so we'll make it work. Right. So we are set. But yeah, luckily, I was able to find a little clearer spot than when I was going to take off initially, because initially I was like, alright, I got 5 minutes to get on the runway. We're just going to do away with the pleasantries and get going. But I wasn't even going to use say intentions. I'm like, I need to get this done so that I can have stuff for you on Saturday. But yeah, I took all day Thursday and most of the day Wednesday, was enjoying Parcel Simulator, and obviously that meant things weren't happening here. Alright, positive rate, gear up. Get ourselves clear here. Too fast here.
Allegiant 207, contact Washington Center on 128.6.
Switching to Washington Center on 128.6 in Allegiant 207.
Let's see. Now, did I change to departure? I did. Okay. I shouldn't have done that. Richmond departure, Walker 4021 with you. Am I at 3,000? I'm supposed to be at 4.
Walker 4021, Potomac departure, radar contact. Climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID, Walker 4021. Alright. Missed the button. Alright. Now I was worried about overspeeding. Instead, I'm really screwing things up, so... Right. Nice view of where we're at. Alright, let's start going up. Auto throttle, that'll help. Alright, so 32,000 is our cruising, or no, 34,000 is our cruising altitude. I'm not sure the SID has anything too interesting. But let's see. Alright, well, I think that might be the racetrack.
British Airways 228, maintain 300 knots climb, and maintain flight level 380 hour.
So, you can see, again, why we're picking these airports. Because sometimes they're in a really great place. But, yeah, the airport, not sure. Of course, yeah. Oh, there it is. So, a little bit of a view before we get up into the clouds and can't see much. So... Alright, we are above 10,000, so we can go here. So yeah, one thing I was going to share with you guys, because it was one of those, like, I'm like, you know, I'm interested.
Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Walker 4021. Climb and maintain flight level 28. Oh, I already said it. Okay. It just was doing some weird stuff, so. Alright. So, just hard to see much when we're climbing, because we climb at a pretty good clip. But yeah, it's a little over 500 miles. Contact Washington Center.
Walker 4021, contact Washington Center on 132.905.
Washington Center, Walker 4021, flight level 190, climbing flight level 340.
Walker 4021, Washington Center, good afternoon.
So, I apologize. Coughing and sneezing is getting the best of me. Holy moly. So, yeah, what I was going to share is I went ahead, took a little bit of time because there was more there than I thought, but I think I shared last time we flew. Like, yeah, there's this a little bit of a pull.
Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Walker 4021. So, we're dialed in with that already, we're good. But yeah, I had made the comment that, you know, I could keep myself busy with Flight Simulator, and I talked about all the new tours that Walker had introduced and things like that. So, I decided to go ahead, and I think I said, oh, there's probably like 2,000 hours, like I could keep, or maybe even I thought 4. I'm like, yeah, I could keep myself busy. So I went ahead and added up the miles and the hours.
2503. Remaining clear of restricted area 2503. Mooney 567 Bravo Charlie.
That the tours are reporting.
Delta 378. Delta 378, descend and maintain flight level 330. Descend and maintain flight level 330. Delta 378.
Right, lots of ATC there talking over us, but so keep in mind, I think it's 25,000 miles to circumnavigate the globe. Like if I just flew in a straight line and went around the Earth, that'd be 25,000 miles. So 100,000 miles would be 4 times around the Earth. Therefore, a million miles would be 40
Washington
times
Center,
around
American
the Earth.
2040, flight level 240.
American 2040, radar contact.
So the total miles, with that in mind, of everything that I could do, just in Walker Air, I mean, this isn't the other VAs I'm doing that I fly for and whatever, it exceeds 3 million miles. To be exact, it's 3,011,166 miles, or over 120 times around the Earth. The hours that are estimated, and again, I rounded things, so, you know, this could be off by 50 or 100 hours, I don't know. But either way, I was thinking, oh yeah, like maybe 4. 8,358 hours. I think I could do Walker stuff and nothing else, and I'll be dead before I finish them. Which is sad, because there's a lot of cool places to go visit. But, so yeah, if you're wondering why I like Walker Air Transport, that's why. They are the most active I've seen. Firefly Air does a decent job, but they don't really put, like, they're not the same type of thing. Like, they're just tracking things. They throw a little bit of funny story around it, and you know, so there's a good amount of stuff there, but yeah, there's just a lot that can be done And some of them would be very much like a pilot's life, where, yeah, I'm just flying in and out, in and out, in and out of the same airport, and doing that for, you know, 40 there and backs for an airline, you know, and the tour is 80 flights or something. But it's okay. It's fun. It's flying. It's doing things. You know, we fly with live weather. We don't know what might happen. All right, we're at cruise finally. All right. So at this point, it's telling me it's going to be about an hour and 8 minutes. We still have 508 miles, and part of it is our path has been taking us out more to the west than south at this point. We're finally starting to turn south. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you. I don't know that I have anything beyond that, but at this point, I'm going to go ahead, we'll step away, and we'll get closer as we always do when we start to descend, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we are going down on the Thor 3 departure, arrival into Daytona Beach. So you can see the Florida coast there a little bit. I think that's where we're at. So yeah, we're going by Ponte Verde Beach, but obviously we've got some clouds. Let's see, what have we got as, oh, the altimeter's 299er8, or 29er88, I should say. So definitely down a bit. We're just about at transition level. But as you'd like a flight to be, uneventful, nothing really happening. You know, was able to focus on some things as I normally do with flights, but yeah, you know, just thinking further on the, you know, 8,000 miles I could do with Walker. I mean, there's definitely some long things. One of them is the Formula One thing that is also timed. I'd have to be done in December. I just don't know. I mean, it could happen. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. But because there's some really long flights in those. Alright, so yeah, it's 16. Now it looks like 12 is the next one. But I thought we could get down to 5 is what Thor said, and then we do like a half circle really into Daytona. We're basically going to turn out over the ocean again. Not quite sure what the cloud level is here, like if pass through by the time we get, so we're looking at, you know what I need to do is check my flight plan. Because I basically want to go from Thor to Kric-Kdab. So yeah, I want to...
Walker 4021, contact Daytona, approach on 118.85.
I want to remove this waypoint. And I want to remove
Switching to Daytona approach
that waypoint. And then we'll just go from Thor
4021
to Kric-Kdab. And Kric-Kdab is kind of the start of the approach,
Daytona
the ILS
approach,
25,
Walker
right?
4021. Good afternoon. We're descending to 15,000.
Walker 4021, Daytona approach. Good afternoon, Daytona Beach, altimeter 29.901. Expect the ILS runway 25 right, approach into Daytona Beach.
Alright, so now it's 29er9er1.
Expecting the ILS runway 25 right approach into Daytona Beach, Walker 4021.
Alright, we'll get up here, we'll turn these on. But yeah, you can see the coastline kind of below us there. We're really kind of heading over the beach right now. Thor, which is 2 miles away, is inland. and then we'll go kind of straight toward Joe Dab. We'll turn a little bit.
Maintain 3700, turn left heading 110 vectors for the ILS runway 25 right approach.
Descend and maintain 3700. Left heading 110 for vectors to the ILS runway 25 right approach. Walker 4021.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do what they said. So it's gonna take us out a little bit further, but 110. So it's kind of gonna probably run us out to Kric-Kdab, which will be the other one after Joe Dab. But they're probably just sending us direct.
Delta 2225, 10,000.
Delta 2225, radar contact.
But we're able to get to, 3,700 is what it says. But yeah, we're turning out to the water at this point. And yeah, so we're kind of not quite hitting that arc, but so just kind of floating in. Yeah, autopilot is nice. I don't know what else to say. I do enjoy the fact that you can just program a route and the plane will fly it and you don't have to go crazy with it. I mean, there is something about, just general aviation flying with a small plane, not getting up too high. That's different. But that would be exhausting for 500 miles if you had to do that. I mean, first off, you'd be going like maybe 100 knots instead of, even now, slowed down, our ground speed is 303 knots. I mean, we'd be going 3 times as slow, so it would take, 5-6 hours to make this flight. And then if you don't have any autopilot, like you're steering all the time, you're trying to set things, just gets rough. But yeah, what it may be doing is getting us out, because there is a spot just outside of, before you cross out of territorial waters, because really this stays within the United States boundary. So it is kind of interesting that way. But yeah, Daytona Beach.
Daytona approach, Allegiant 1194, 9,000.
But Daytona Beach International is at 34 feet. Alright, so we're clearly still above the clouds at 9,000 feet here.
Singapore Airlines 326, contact departure on 126.9er. Have a good flight.
Switching to 126.9er, thanks. Singapore Airlines 326. Columbia 1 Lima Charlie, roger.
So now is it on
terminated. Squawk VFR.
Kric-Kdab?
Frequency
Yeah.
change approved.
So it's at Kric-Kdab. We need to be above 2,800 there.
Good day. Squawking VFR 1200 for 51 Lima Charlie.
Walker 4021, turn right heading 135.
Turning right, heading 135, Walker 4021.
Right. So yeah, we're kind of doing what I figured. We'll see. We might not truly... Yeah, we're not quite heading to Kric-Kdab, but obviously we're turning more in that direction. I did change the flight level change because you just want to get down. Get through the clouds. Get down where we're at, because we need to be at like 2,800 when we hit the runway, so you would think, or not when we hit the runway's at 34 feet, so we need to be at 34 feet when we hit the runway. But yeah, when we get toward Kric-Kdab, you can see we need to be above 2,800, so it's interesting how they vector us in. All right, I think we're in the soup now. It is a VFR at Daytona.
Walker 4021, 14 miles from Rhiney. Turn right heading 195. Descend and maintain 2700 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 right approach.
14 miles from Rhiney, right heading 195. Descend and maintain 2700 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 right approach. Walker 4021.
Right. So you can see we're kind of going there to Rhiney.
Allegiant 207, radar contact.
So now we're technically out of territorial waters. We're in international waters now. So I don't know what that means if we crash. But let's not. And then we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we've got some clouds. We're still seeing some haze and whatever above the ocean. Descend and maintain 2700 until established. And again, we're 14 miles from Rhiney. Is it going to take us to Rhiney? Yeah, okay. So we'll go direct Rhiney. And then at least we'll be set there for what we need to do. But at this point, we're at 2700. But we're 6 miles away. So we'll set the approach on.
Charlie, Quebec, right to 070 vectors for the GPS. Right to 070 vectors for the GPS 235 Charlie, Quebec.
And then again, once we're at, you know, maybe 1,000 is when we should really take over. It gives us a
956, good afternoon.
little calmer run in at that point. But yeah, if I was doing, you know, more flight sim stuff, I suppose, you know, I would certainly be able to, you know, or probably try to focus on more immersion, more direct stuff. I mean, again, I'm not a pilot, so I kind of saw a flash on the water there. Like, is there like a lighthouse turning?
Walker 4021, contact Daytona Beach Tower on 120.7.
Are you going to contact it, Sandra?
Switching to Daytona Beach Tower on 120.7, Walker 4021.
Alright, there we go. I'm like, I don't understand. Why are we truly just heading there and then not turning?
Daytona Beach International Airport Tower.
Grab the
Walker 4021.
localizer.
Good afternoon. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 25 right.
Walker 4021, Daytona Beach International Airport Tower. Winds 250 at 15, gusting 23. Runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Wow.
Walker 4021.
15-mile-an-hour winds gusting at 2-3. So there's a bit going on here. I don't know if those are like storm. Oh yeah, that's like lightning or something. Interesting. Alright, well, we're coming around. And then we're going to turn and go back. So I don't know that we're going to get through there. But we are 9 miles out, so we're going to get some flaps out and start slowing down for sure. What are we doing? We lost the localizer. That is odd. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but, yeah. So, let's see. I don't understand what it's doing. Alright. We're gonna break off of the autopilot and try to get ourselves back on here. So let me see what we can do. Because, yeah, I mean, we're getting way too close here. I mean, we're overturning, too. Like, we're definitely not doing what we should be doing. Because, yeah, now we're too high. So, I'm gonna lower things. And we're gonna have to manually take this in. I don't understand how we got so far off. Alright, so now we're good. Alright, we've
Warrior
pulled up.
371 Bravo Charlie, cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27, Warrior 371 Bravo Charlie.
Quebec departure, 9er, Quebec, Quebec.
Alright, let's see.
Daytona Beach Tower, contact ground on 121.9. 123 Whiskey.
Am I on the localizer? See, that's the thing. I don't understand. Like, I don't know why we're turning the way we are. It's just a very weird situation. Because it's... Okay, now we're on the localizer again. Let's see if we stay on it. And I don't know if it was because we went by it so much, or what. And hopefully we lock in the glide slope soon. Alright, there we go. So maybe we'll still be able... See, now we're off the localizer. See, I don't know what it's doing. It, like, fell off the localizer. This is just so odd. Approach. Alright. Is it because it's, like, coming in and correcting? No, forget it. We'll turn off the autopilot. Like, we see where we're at now. So, alright. And I'm gonna get the auto throttle off. And, I mean, we're way too high. You can see where the glide slope is. Like, we should be way, way lower. Holy moly. We're like landing in the middle of a lightning storm. Alright. So, I mean, we see the runway. Okay, the glide slope's coming up. I think we're okay. Flaps are down. I think gear is down, right? I can't tell from there, of course. Yes, gear is down. Like, I don't want to be scraping along the ground. But yeah, we're too high again.
500. Sink rate. Sink rate.
We know. Alright. Wow, this wind. Holy moly.
200.
This is rough.
100. Light. 50.
Trying to get some more lift here. Just make it a little more reasonable. Goodness. This is not good.
30.
Alright.
20.
Come on.
10.
Little hard, but it's alright. We're on the ground. Whew. Well. So, there's the speedway. So we'll head that way. But yeah, we had like a tailwind, but it was a little off to the side, so it was a little crab landing, I think. But wow. That was a bit. That was a bit. That's all I can say. Alright, so let's see if they'll...
Walker 4021, welcome to Daytona Beach. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Oh, we'll get the flaps
Beechcraft
up.
November 9001, Bravo, hold short of runway 33 traffic on final.
Oh, it didn't.
Daytona Beach International Airport ground. Walker 4021. Afternoon. We're clear of runway 25 right and ready to taxi to the gate.
Walker 4021, Daytona Beach International Airport ground, taxi to general aviation parking via November 5 November, Charlie 1 Alpha. Good day.
General aviation parking via November 5 November, Charlie
Right,
1
sadly,
Alpha.
our
Eagle
Firefly
4021.
Air wasn't tracking. I don't know why. So that's a bit annoying. I mean, we don't lose that much. I think we lose like 50 points or something. It's not the end of the world because it's like a point per 10 miles, I think. But I just realized, like, yeah, there's no data. It's, oh, you know why? I wonder if we didn't have SUIPC fire up, because it's like it's not doing that automatically anymore, and I can't quite figure out why. But yeah, so it's not not connected. I mean, the Walker thing was going, so I was kind of worried about that. But all right, now I'm assuming this is not general aviation, so I guess we'll sit up a little bit more. Alright, so, man, that's some storms, which you can get in Florida for sure, so not unexpected, but we're here, we got our folks here. MD-90, wow, that's, in theory we're supposed to be at that gate, but obviously that's not going to happen, so I don't know, we'll go over here. Please duck. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's other things. I'm gonna have to check my settings and see if something's going on. Alright, so it thinks I'm done, which is good. The Walker piece. So, setting off the engines, and I assume it will submit the PIREP, which it said it did. Okay. So if I go to my tour, it should now tell me, yep, 27 is done. And so again, we've still got our 5th flight, which is as far as we can see. We're going to get above 1,000 miles, but everything else is still... And the next one's 300. We're just going up to Florence, which I don't recall where that is. I think that might be somewhere in North Carolina, so we might be going back to like Concord or something. But then we are heading out to St. Louis and then back to Tri-Cities Regional for the Bristol race. So that will be that. Then we're out to Concord, which I think is yeah, up in New Hampshire, and then we head from New Hampshire to Kansas, I think. So we've got a ways to go, but then, you know, we're getting close, though. We're down to like 10 weeks or something.
Holding point Delta via taxiway Echo. Taxiing to holding point Delta via Echo Tornado 892
we
Tango
have to be
Oscar.
done by November 9th, so that is what we're doing. But we have made it. I mean, I guess in theory we're in that gate, but interesting. But wow, we might have just beat the storm in. You can hear the wind. That is nuts. Doesn't happen very often, but hey, with real weather, we got real weather. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it was a bit out of the ordinary because it was a bit more rushed than normal. Not that I'm not rushed, sadly. I got a little too much of that. Lately there's just, like I said, less time and more fun that we want to have. So, but hopefully it's been enjoyable, and you could please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you next time.